there with him. He hasn't been able to make a move, but he's been right there with him throughout this one. Final trip down the back straightaway here. White flag presented by 39 Productions, and it is for Kevin Fry. Off of turn number 4, checkered flags in the air. Kevin Fry is going to get the win. Jonathan Short coming through in second. Chris Steele will come home third. Jeffrey Barker will be your fourth and final transfer car aboard car number 513 out of Brewerton, New York. So you get a great overhead shot here at the USA International Speedway, 3/4 of a mile in length here at USA. Absolutely awesome racing. We saw a photo finish the last time we were here. I believe that race was between Shane Kelly and Larry Moody. They had a photo finish that night. It was absolutely awesome, and I expect we're going to see a lot of the same here tonight. And we want to welcome you in here to GForce TV's coverage, live coverage of the GForce Racing League Renegades A Division for the GForce Racing League. My name is Steve Ovens, voice of the Renegades Division here for the GForce Racing League. Happy to have you aboard tonight as we bring it to you from USA International, located in Lakeland, Florida. This is a very unique racetrack on the iRacing service that hosts races both on the pavement as well as on dirt. Both very, very racy tracks to work with, and we got a great one for you here tonight. Starting on your front row here for heat race number 2 is going to be the 46 of Joe Backus out of Crook, South Dakota. Starting alongside the driver out of Bixby, Oklahoma. That's Brendan Lacey in car number 97. Jack Clevenger out of Cedro Willie, Washington, aboard car number 78, alongside Jesse Bandy in the 157 out of Rochester, Minnesota. Next row back will be Matthew Ramsey out of Fresno, California, starting alongside Kyle Moonen in car number 24 out of Lima, Ohio. And row number 4 in this one will be the 14 of Greg Boydell out of Hamilton, Ontario, the Ashweekend Speedway Coca-Cola Tradition Fernberg Motorsports ride. Starting alongside car number 123, they call him Fast Lane Snook. Lane Snook will start in position number 8. Your final row in car number 36 is going to be Barry Goldner. Barry Goldner aboard the 36 out of St. Thomas, Ontario, and starting to his outside aboard car number 110. I think he must have had some troubles in his qualifying lap. Trevor Grabeau out of Rochester, Minnesota, the Vanderbilt Race Cars, buyoil.com, number 110. So 3 heat races for you here tonight. 10 cars start this one. 8 laps the distance. Top 4 have been inverted. Top 4 go to the A main. Heat race number 2 from USA International is green. Oh, look at them racing off of turn number 2. And look, I love this shot at USA. Look at them racing right into your living room there from Bob Miller's turn 3 camera. You gotta love it. First lap is going to go on the board, and it's going to be Brendan Lacey out of Oklahoma who's going to take the early lead. Joe Backus trying to settle into position number 2 as he follows Lacey's tire tracks down the back straightaway. Battles on for the 4th and final transfer spot as Kyle Moonen runs in 3rd. He's got Jack Clevenger right behind him. The all-in construction and landscaping number 78, and the driver out of Cedro Woolley, Washington. Oh, look out! He got sideways in the corner. He's going to lose a couple of spots, 2 spots at least as they go to turn number 3. Lane Snook is there, makes a little contact with Trevor Grabeau. Grabeau started shotgun on the field in position number 10. He's currently battling with Clevenger there for 5. Kyle Moonen, oh, look out, Grabeau's in the outside fence. He's going to drop to the tail of the field. And that's going to take Grabeau out of the running here for that transfer spot. Riding on board here out the front bumper cam of Kyle Moonen in the Vanderbilt Race Cars number 20, the driver out of Lima, Ohio, as he battles here with Backus down the back straightaway. Joe Exotic in that coast-to-coast racing number 46, working over your race leader, Brendan Lacey, for the top spot as we've got one car up into the fence hard. I think that was Grabeau in the 110. Grabeau's had an awfully tough start to the night. Brad, we got a great battle going on here for the transfer spot between Lane Snook, and it looks like Jesse Bandy right there behind him. Your top three are battling here with 2 laps to go, but take a peek at the transfer spot. Here is Lane Snook in car number 23. He'll display 123 on the iRacing scores. Look out. Bandy down to the inside, trying to make a move into turn number 3. Slide job, and Bandy takes over the final transfer spot. They make contact off of turn 4, and Snook is nose first into the inside barrier. I couldn't tell if Bandy got loose or Snook pushed off of turn 4. He was right in that area of the racetrack that starts to slick off. And we are in the second heat race. You're going to see that. Checkered flag is out. Lacey's going to take home the win. Second across the line is going to be Joe Backus. Third is Kyle Moonen, and Jesse Bandy will take that 4th and final transfer spot after a great battle there with Lane Snook aboard the 123. So 2 heat races are in the books. Heat race number 3 coming at you as you get a great look from the 3.9 aerial media drone shot overhead here at the USA International Speedway. And just announced a new event coming out of the Land of Legends Raceway coming up this weekend. The New York iRacing Nationals coming right here to the USA International Speedway. Virtually Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. It's going to be a big show. The open invite night is going to be Friday night for any drivers not affiliated on a race team or crew or official from the Land of Legends racetrack. So skip over to their page and take a look at all that registration information. Should be an awesome event on Saturday night. We're going to take the top 50 to the Saturday night broadcast race. Heat race number 3 is underway, or not underway, they're pacing. Derek Moore, Ryan Beagle are going to make up the front row. Derek Moore aboard car number 91 out of Welland, Ontario. The Rose City Rocket, the RC Delivery, North-South Motorsports On the Edge Wrap sponsored ride. Starting alongside car number 84. That is Ryan Beagle out of Victoria, Ontario. The Glenn Stiers Racing, Enrium Dynamics, Peter Piper's Pub House, number 84. Ross Carinta aboard car number 10 out of Fisher, Minnesota, the Velocity Race Designs ride. Starting alongside the 30, the Stephen Goldner Racing ride of Stephen Goldner. Braden Finsel out of Astoria, Ohio will start alongside the 661 of Terry Landis out of Marietta, California. Ross Carinta, who is slated to start 3rd, is on the pit lane, so he did not make the call here for the green flag. Preston Cranmer out of Ayla, Virginia will start alongside the 71 of John Hine out of St. Louis, Missouri. Shane Pierce in the 88 will be your final starter here in heat race number 3. Pace trucks off of the racing surface. Green lights are on. Heat race number 3 is underway. Ryan Beagle leading them down the back straightaway for the first time. He is bringing Stephen Goldner in tow with him through turns 3 and 4. Look out, contact there back in the pack. 2 cars are hooked up together. That was Finsel in the lap 1, and now Terry Landis bicycles in turn number 1. Upside down in a big way. And Preston Cranmer got a piece of that one as well. So the Coast to Coast Racing teammates having a tough go of it here in heat race number 3. Meanwhile, back up front, the 84 of Ryan Beagle getting chased down here by Stephen Goldner as you ride on board with Goldner. Look at Goldner, feather footing that throttle pedal all the way around the corner. Over in turns 3 and 4, he is trying to make the inside line work. Down the back stretch they go, and it is still Beagle out front. Goldner holding on to position number 2 as they come across the line here. Halfway home, 4 laps in and 4 to go. It's been Beagle since the drop of the green flag, but Stephen Goldner is not making it easy for him. Goldner takes a peek, and that Ford-powered 360 down to the bottom, and he's got a decent run, but Beagle got the better run off the corner. Goldner takes a peek as the F1 of Finsel one more time down to the inside, slider off of turn 2, and takes over the 3 spot away from the 91 of Derek Moore. Now Moore's got more pressure. That's now for the transfer spot, as Moore looks like he's going to lose the spot, but he'll hold on to it here off of turn 2. But that is a battle for position. John Hine all over the back tail tank of the 91 of Moore. So Hine going after the Rose City Rocket off turn number 4. He's got to tuck back in the line. White flag is out, presented by 3-9 Productions. And it is for Ryan Beagle, the big dog, down the back straightaway. The driver out of Victoria, Ontario, Canada, aboard car number 84, the Glenn Stiers Racing, NRM Dynamics. Peter Piper's Pub House, number 84, takes the checkered flag. Beagle gets the win. Goldner's in there for 2. Braden Finsel comes home 3, and Derek Moore will take that 4th and final transfer spot, just a 1/10 of a second ahead of John Hine there at the checkered flag. So all of our heat races are now in the books. That will bring us up to our C main. C main looks like it's going to take 4 cars to tonight's B, as we're coming to you from USA International Speedway, located here in Lakeland, Florida, where tonight the GForce Racing League Renegades division, presented by Strickland's GM, gets ready to tackle another spring series race here for the GForce Racing League. Strickland's GM presenting all of the action here tonight on GForce TV. Be sure to stop up and see Rick Scott and his great staff up at Strickland's GM in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Rick Scott, that doubles as the pace truck driver at the Ohsweken Speedway every Friday night through the summer. Well, here's how they're going to line up for tonight's C main. 10 laps is the distance. Top 4 go to the B. Preston Cranmer out of Ayla, Virginia, is going to start alongside the 47 of Garrett Pepiot. Garrett Pepiot, the Michigan Madman, in car number 47. That's your front row. Row number 2 to the inside is going to be the 36 of Barry Goldner, starting alongside the 661 of Terry Landis out of Marietta, California. Row number 3 to the inside is going to be car number 13. That is Keith Jackson out of Bonne Terre, Missouri, the Radine Racing Sim Racing Concepts Premier Door Company sponsored ride. Starting alongside Lane Snook aboard car number 123. Fast Lane Snook will take it away from position number 6. Ross Carenta out of Fisher, Minnesota will start alongside Kevin Loveys out of Hamilton, Ontario, aboard car number 98. Trevor Grabeau out of Fisher, Minnesota will be your final starter that's slated to take the green flag here. So the field coming around to 1 to go. So field rolling down the back straightaway, getting ready to go with tonight's C main. We're going to take 4 cars out of the B, or out of the C main here that we're about to run to go to the B main. Tonight's B main is going to be 12 laps in distance, and we're going to take 12 drivers out of that to tonight's A main. So we have already got 8 cars. We're going to add 4 more. It looks like everybody's going to transfer out of the B. So this is really it. You've got to be in the top 4 spots to make it through the rest of the night. Green lights are on. We're racing here with tonight's C main. Oh, look out. Contact in turn number 2 as Pepiot gets upside down. And that's going to end it here for Pepiot right in the C main tonight. As they work through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Pepiot is not happy with the incident that put him on his lid. As we watch the battle here for the final transfer spot, if you're new to the GForce Racing League tonight, or if you've never raced with us before, there is an incident review committee here with the GForce Racing League. If a driver felt like something was, if he had wrong done to him, or maybe a driver jumped to restart, whatever the situation may be, they have the ability to file a protest with the incident review committee. That review committee puts in a lot of hours during the week, you know, basically combing through all the action here tonight and through the Rebels division and the Raiders division. And then if the incident review committee feels that anything was egregious enough to warrant a penalty for that driver will be assessed the following week. So a little peek behind the curtains there with our incident review committee. As we have got a great battle up front here, Keith Jackson working over Preston Cranmer here for the top spot. That is for the race lead here in tonight's C-Main, and boy, if they're looking at that relative box to see how close these drivers are racing with one another, they're going to be real nervous about racing that hard the rest of the way here. Boy, that transfer spot battle is hot and heavy. Trevor Gerbeau doing everything he can to get around Terry Landis here. As he now takes a peek down to the inside, Landis is going to go to the top side. As Gerbeau going to go down to the bottom, slide job there off of turn number 2, and Gerbeau's going to take the spot, but Landis trying to come right back at him. Landis, who typically is more comfortable down on the bottom lane of the racetrack, slide job up turn 4, and he's going to take the spot back. So Landis is back in the show, and now he's going to work on Lane Snook. Somebody lit a fire underneath Terry Landis, and he is now not just going to settle for 4th. He wants another spot for a little bit of insurance as he takes a peek underneath Lane Snook. They make contact here on the front straightaway. Landis keeps his foot in the gas, and he'll take over the 3 spot to turn number 1. Landis, sideways off of turn 2, and now he and Gerbeau make contact. Gerbeau's upside down. Landis is spun. And in the meantime, Kevin Loveys Kevin Loveys has taken over the final transfer spot. What a move there for the driver, now based out of Hamilton, Ontario. Checkered flag is in the air. Keith Jackson did get around Cranmer to take over the lead, and he will win the C-Main. Cranmer comes home in 2, Lane Snook 3, and Kevin Loveys will round out your qualifiers here out of the C. So some big racing action and a couple of big names not going to transfer through here tonight. And that just goes to show you how ultra competitive this Renegades division is for the GForce Racing League. Now we are ready to line up our B main, the last chance to get in the big dance tonight, but we're going to start 12 cars, and we're taking 12 cars to the feature. So everybody's going to qualify, and essentially, Brad, they're going to get 12 laps of essentially free practice here before we get ready for our 5-minute warm-up session. So this will be an interesting story to keep an eye on, is what drivers out of the B main tonight has the best run in the feature, because they're not only going to have 12 laps here to run in the B main, everybody's in the show, so the pressure's off. All these drivers are racing with house money here. And then they're going to get 5 minutes of warm-up on top of that. And these drivers right now are going to be the drivers that are going to have the best knowledge of what this racetrack is doing as it changes over the course of the night. This racetrack was re-groomed by the track prep crew back down to a clean, fresh racetrack for time trials tonight. And then it's not groomed for the rest of the night. So this racetrack is already getting slick. You already saw drivers like Terry Landis, Lane Snook. They were getting sideways coming off of the corner. That's because this racetrack is going to start really getting slippery out there. And so these B-main cars are going to have quite an advantage to them. David Flick out of Livingston, Montana is going to take it away from the pole alongside Jack Clevenger out of Cedro Willie, Washington. John Hine out of St. Louis, Missouri in car number 71 will start alongside Scotty Edwards in the 23 out of Kansas City, Missouri. Row 3 to the inside will be the 45 of Matthew Ramsey out of Fresno, California. Starting alongside Shane Pierce in car number 88 out of Wainfleet, Ontario, Canada. The SliderBeSlid.com sponsored ride. Shane Kelly, who's got a win here. I believe it was Shane Kelly that got the win that night here at USA International. He'll start alongside Greg Boydell out of Hamilton. Keith Jackson, Preston Cranmer out of the C-Main will make up row 5, and row 6 will be Lane Snook and Kevin Lovies. Last chance to put yourself in the big dance. 12 cars take the green. 12 cars are going to qualify. 12 laps is the distance. Hopefully you played 12 in the lottery here tonight, as we are green flag racing off turn number 2. And it is David Flick with a brand new paint scheme on the No Crybaby Special, number 56. Off of turn 4, battling for the lead with Clevenger. Clevenger took the top spot there by 29 1/1000ths of a second. Now we've got Matt Ramsey hard into the inside concrete on the back straightaway in the 45. He comes to a stop. No yellow flags here in the heats or the qualifying mains. And now we've got a battle up front between Scotty Edwards and Jack Clevenger. Couple of drivers out of the Rudine Racing Sim Racing Concepts camp doing battle with the 56 of David, the 57 or 56 of David Flick. My goodness, having a hard time with David Flick here tonight. Driver out of Montana. Down the back stretch they go into turn number 3, and it is Flick down back to the bottom as he takes the spot away from the 78 of Clevenger. One car looked like he got into the concrete that time off of turn number 4. As the guys running the goal, look out, contact here in turn number 2. Boydell's involved, and now Boydell's upside down. He made contact there with John Hine. I didn't see how that one started, but we saw how it finished. Boydell on his lid. Fortunately for Boydell, he is in the show tonight, but he is going to start all the way back in the back of the pack here, as Jackson with a pretty impressive move there around the outside of Kevin Lovies to take over a spot as they work off turn number 4. Riding on board with Lovies aboard the 98 as they slide it down into turn number 1. Lovies following Jackson there in car number 13. Jackson all the way to the outside that time, as Lovies trying to be nice and steady down on the bottom. Looked like he missed the bottom just a hair, and that's going to allow Preston Cranmer to close in. So here comes the Aylet Outlaw down to the bottom as Lovies now goes back top shelf. Trying to take a peek and see what Flavor Mama's cookies are tonight as he's working the cushion. Working it off at turn number 4, and Lovey's going to hold on to that spot. Now Cranmer's got company. He's got Lane Snook on his tail tank going to turn number 1. That's a good battle for position as they bring it off turn 2. Snook hits the wall, slides a little sideways. He's got Shane Kelly up his tail tank going into turn number 3. Snook right in the outside lane in the 123. Now he'll put it up on the cushion. Lets that right rear catch the cushion and slide all the way around the corner. Nice and easy on the gas. And listen to how smooth he is with the throttle pedal. 2 to go that time. He has a run. Look out! Contact there between Snook and Cranmer. Cranmer gets it back going. Snook's got to tuck into line. White flag out this time. Presented by 3-9 Productions, and it is for the driver out of Livingston, Montana. David Flick aboard car number 56, the Enrium Dynamics United Dirt Sim Racing Association. No Crybaby Special. Brings it off of turn number 4, and it's going to be David Flick winning tonight's B main. Flick gets the win. Clevenger's in there for 2. Scotty Edwards is 3. Keith Jackson will finish 4th, and Kevin Loveys will round out the top 5 finishers from tonight's B-Main Last Chance Showdown. So that is going to do it here for qualifying. All qualifying is in the books. Our 24-car field for tonight's 40-lap A-Main has been set. And as the cars come out here for their warm-up session, 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, and that gives us an opportunity to tell you about all the great folks that make it happen here with the GForce Racing League Renegades division. And we want to thank the GForce Racing League, Roger Craig, Preston Cranmer, as well as the entire Rivals Racing League crew for having 39 Productions a part of all the action here tonight. Don't forget to follow them on GForce Racing Leagues on Facebook. They've got a great ladder system here on Monday nights for all skill levels. If you're brand new to sprint cars and you want to get involved with a great league with very competitive drivers that are going to make you a better driver, be sure to visit facebook.com/GForce Racing Leagues. We also want to thank the presenting sponsor of the GForce Racing League Renegades. That, of course, is Strickland's GM, located in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. If you're in the market for a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac, as soon as we get over all of this virus stuff going on here in the U.S. and Canada, stop up to Strickland's GM and give Rick Scott and all the great staff there at Strickland's a visit. They've got new vehicles, pre-owned vehicles at great prices, and I'm telling you, you're not going to get a better deal than what you get at Strickland's GM. GeForce TV. Be sure to log on to GeForce TV on YouTube, youtube.com/GeForce TV. Hit that subscribe button so that you can get notifications when you ring the bell right next to that subscribe button. You can get push notifications to your mobile device, or if you watch everything on YouTube on your desktop, you can also get those notifications right on your YouTube page when you log in. And every time we go live with racing here on GeForce TV, as well as when we post new on-demand content. And of course, 39 Productions, the official streaming provider of the GeForce Racing League Renegades division, as well as the official streaming provider of the Rivals Racing League, Rivals Elite Pro Series, Rivals Blacktop Series, as well as the official iRacing streamer for the Land of Legends Raceway. Visit us online at 39designcompany.com or find us on Facebook at 39 Productions, and go ahead and give our page a like as we go live with videos that we're doing for different racing leagues. We just did a kind of a pop-up show, I guess you'll say, kind of a one-off limited late model race on Saturday night. That video is over on the 39 Productions page. Go over and check that out. We had about 2,000 views or so when we got done there on Saturday night. So we got a minute and a half left here of the warm-up session, and with that, we're going to go side by side here and get a quick word from our friends at GeForce TV. Stay tuned. You're watching the Renegades division at USA International on GeForce TV. Stay tuned.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Int'l Speedway. And watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV racing leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV.
Welcome back, race fans, to GForce TV's live coverage of the GForce Racing League Renegades division here from the USA International Speedway. Located in Lakeland, Florida, it is A-Main time, and we're going to tell you the starting lineup. Going away from the pole in car number 20 tonight out of Burleson, Texas, the Splash Haven Pools, Sestair Plumbing, Premier Sim Paints, HMR Circuit of Champions ride, that is Kevin Fry. Starting alongside car number 97, that's Brennan Lacey out of Bixby, Oklahoma, the Radine Racing, Sim Racing Concepts, Premier Door Company number 97. Row 2 to the inside is going to be car number 84, the RK Automotive ride, that is Ryan Beagle. Ryan Beagle will start third out alongside Jonathan Short in the Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Coast to Coast Racing number 51 out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Joe Backus out of Crook, South Dakota. He's going to start alongside car number 30, Stephen Goldner out of Aylmer, Ontario. Row number 4 to the inside is going to be the 80 of Chris Steele out of St. Catharines, Ontario. Starting alongside the driver out of Lima, Ohio, the Vanderbilt Race Cars ride, that is Kyle Moonen. Braden Finsel in the F1 out of Fostoria, Ohio, the Finsel Motorsports Slammer Sports Bar Linder Speed Equipment ride will start alongside Jeffrey Barker in the Rivals Racing League 513 out of Brewerton, New York. Jesse Bandy in the 157 out of Rochester, Minnesota. In the Vanderbilt Race Cars, Bile.com sponsored ride will start alongside Derek Four out of Welland, Ontario, Canada, the RC Delivery number 91. Row number 7 will be the 56 of David Flick, starting alongside the 78 of Jack Clevenger out of Cedro Woolley, Washington. Row number 8 is going to be the 23 of Scotty Edwards, starting alongside the 13 of Keith Jackson out of Bonne Terre, Missouri. Row number 9 is going to be the 98 of Kevin Loveys out of Hamilton, Ontario, starting alongside the 7 of Shane Kelly. Next row back in row 10 is going to be the 07 of Preston Cranmer and Lane Snook. John Hine, Matthew Ramsey, Greg Boydell, and Shane Pierce round out your starting field here tonight. Race fans, as we get ready to go green flag racing, my good friend and Land of Legends Wall of Famer Gary Montgomery would always start the A-Main this way by saying, race fans, it's time to sit down and hold on to your seats because these men, by the grace of God, iRacing and 800 horsepower, are ready to go to work. The A-Main is green from USA. Boy, we had a wild moment there off of the drop of the green flag, and we got more wild moments down the back straightaway. 3 wide, they're racing through the back of the pack. Yellow lights are on for the first time tonight, as patience was not something we saw a whole lot of there on that opening start. So taking a look at it, the replay here, it looked like, oh boy, Scotty Edwards upside down in a big way. It looked like Jack Clevenger got into the fence just a little bit, and then Keith Jackson behind him as well. And then somehow, let's watch Scotty Edwards here. Somehow Scotty Edwards got hooked into the fence, and watch where he gets hooked. Oh, right in the opening of that fence. Oh. Absolutely brutal contact right there. So Jackson is down the pit lane. I assume making some repairs there to the 13. It looked like Greg Boydell joined him down the pit lane aboard the 14. Lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck. Nope, we will go one more lap here under yellow. So field pacing down the back straightaway. They will be coming to green this time by. It will be a single file restart. And on the restart, the driver has the control of the restart once all 4 tires of the pace truck are off of the racing surface. So Ryan Beagle, your race leader, will have the restart here. Kevin Fry right behind him. Look at Beagle with that big restart. Trying to restart down in the moisture on the bottom side of the racetrack. And what a launch he got there on that start. Wow. Beagle races away to a 4-car advantage going into turn number 3. Oh, look out. Steven Goldner caught the concrete just a little bit. He'll gather it back in. They were 3 wide for a moment right there with him. As that is Lacey, the 97, the 51 of Jonathan Short down to the bottom. And boy, Short really did a nice job on the bottom lane making that work. He's got those left side tires right against the moisture in the grass. You're gonna ride on board here with Kyle Moonen as they go into turn number 1. And look at Moonen, look out, he's in the wall. Oh, now he's around. There's Joe Backus, nowhere to go. Jeffrey Barker's in there. Preston Cranmer got a piece of that. Shane Kelly got a piece of that. And now Backus is upside down. No, that was David Flick. Wow. Well, Brad, there's a lot of ground to cover there. As you rode on board with Kyle Moonen for all of it. And it started with Moonen getting his right rear Hoosier over the cushion. And when he got over the cushion, it sucked the car right into the fence. And then when it spit him back out the other side, he was sideways in the slick of the racetrack. And Joe Backus had nowhere to go. And then several cars behind him got collected in that one. So second caution flag of the night here on lap number 8. Ryan Beagle continues to lead. And there you see the replay. So some contact there with David Flick getting upside down. I'd say the incident review committee is going to be a little busy this week. So here we go. Beagle going to try and get another one of those patented restarts here. Coming back to green off turn number 4, and he got another good one. Beagle's going to take about 4 car lengths again to turn number 1. But now Jonathan Short is really starting to flex some muscle here. as Short working the extreme bottom side of the racetrack. As I think it's going to be tough for Fry to hold him off here because Short has been absolutely a rocket down on the bottom lane. Fry's going to try and hold him off there as Fry now gets a good run on the bottom. First car working the outside is the 30 of Steven Goldner. And now here comes the F1 of Braden Finsel battling with the 80 of Chris Steele, and we are back under the yellow flag. So yellow lights back on here for the third time tonight, working lap number 13. As we have had a tough time getting some green flag laps on the board. The Rebels Series, our B division, earlier tonight had the same problem earlier. And boy, Kyle Moonen not having a good night here. Let's see what happened to Moonen. Oh, looked like, I think that was Boydell coming off the corner, might have got a little loose coming off the cushion, which is real easy to do here at USA, especially when it starts to get slick. You come off of the corner, and even though you've got the car pointed straight, those tires just love to spin in the slippery part of the racetrack coming off the corner. And when you do that, the car, the back end of the car, kind of shifts to the right, which points your front wheels toward the left, and down the racetrack you come. It's very hard to get the car back under control when it wants to do that. And Kyle Moonen, the victim there on that one, as he's got some damage, trying to get that repaired on the pit lane. And Ryan Beagle going to bring us back to green. You're going to ride on board here with Jonathan Short for the restart. This time off turn number 4, Strickland GM pace truck pulls off of the racing surface. Look how far to the bottom Short was on that restart, as he's really trying to get the moisture here to get a good jump on this restart. Green lights are back on, Beagle back out front. And now Short has got company. Here comes Steven Goldner in the 30. Goldner, who's usually one of the first guys to test the bottom lane, has now taken it to the top here at USA. He takes over third. He's about to take over second to turn number 1. Steven Goldner with a whole head of steam on the cushion off turn 2. Got just a little bit sideways. He's going to give up a car length to Kevin Fry. And one more time, we are under the yellow flag. Yellow lights are back on. 4th time tonight on lap number 17. As we've still got cars under the yellow flag wrecking, Brad. Holy cow. It looks like Shane Pierce was actually hung his car on the fence. Let's take a look. I don't know if that was the original incident or not, but so we're gonna watch Pierce here in the 88, and oh boy. I have a feeling that was it the 07 of Cranmer, I think, had some trouble there. We're gonna watch Cranmer going into turn number 1. And gets sideways there off of turn 2, and Pierce, that's in turn number 4, excuse me. Cranmer was already in trouble, and Pierce, I don't know if he didn't see him, didn't have enough time to react there. You know, the dust was definitely kicking up there in the corner. You're going to get an onboard shot here. And, oh, no, just no time to react at all. Cranmer was backwards and slid up the racetrack. And really for Cranmer, that was I don't know if he had control there, but that was maybe the best place that he could have gone, was to try to get to the outside and let everybody take evasive action down to the bottom. But boy, Pierce just had nowhere to go. So, been a race of attrition here, as we have only got 18 cars out of our 24-car starting field on the lead lap as they run. Coming back to green flag racing, this time off turn 4. This time by when we get the green, we will officially be halfway home here in this one tonight from USA International. Ryan Beagle has been money on the restarts all night long. Let's see what he does here. Green lights are back on, and just like that, Beagle waves the magic wand, and Puff the Dragon shoots him out 4 car lengths to turn number 1. Down the backstretch they ride. You ride on board here with Steven Goldner, as he's going to try and close in on Kevin Fry for position number 2. And look at him close the gap off turn 4. Goldner's taking the long way around, but I think over the course of a long run here, he's going to be able to get the spot, as he is rolling the top pretty well. Closing in on Fry here in the 20. Fry's going to stay committed down to the bottom, but Goldner is right on the edge there of the cushion off turn number 4. They come down, and we have got yellow one more time. Keith Jackson in the Premier Door Company, number 13, upside down that time. It looked like that happened off turn number 4. And it's warning from the race director tonight, Andy Patton, to tell the drivers to keep the radio chatter down to a minimum, as they made contact there off turn 4. I think that was Jesse Bandy in the 13 of Jackson. We're going to watch him down here into turn number 3 and 4. Riding on board here with Jackson, and 2 drivers going for the same piece of real estate there off turn number 4. Bandy with a pretty decent run through the middle off the corner that time. Jackson had, you could see it, he had a lot of momentum build on the outside, and they met in the middle right there in turn number 4. And I think that was the battle for position number 11. So while we work the yellow flag, we have an opportunity here to thank our good friends from Strickland GM one more time, our presenting sponsor of the GForce Racing League Renegades division. Strickland's GM, located in Brantford, Ontario, Canada, the presenting sponsor of the Renegades A division of the GForce Racing League. You can find them online and on Facebook at Strickland's GM. If you're in the market for a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac, stop up and give Rick Scott a visit at Strickland's GM and let them help you get into a new GM ride. So lights are now off on the Strickland GM Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. You know, that pace truck is pretty snazzy looking, but I will have to say, my preference would definitely have to be with the Int'l Speedway pace truck, as that thing, that little truck they've got is absolutely sweet. And I believe it was this past season that it was a blue color. I don't think baby blue is the right color description, but boy, that thing was sharp looking. And Rick Scott just happened to be the lucky guy that gets to drive that baby around, as you watch Ryan Beagle drive away on a restart one more time. My goodness, he has been good on these restarts. I don't know what his secret is. He'll probably never tell us, but wow. he gets such a run on these restarts that the guys back here in second, third, and fourth don't even have a chance to make it a battle by the time they get to turn number 1. 27 laps are in the books. We've got 13 to go. It's coming down to crunch time. As Kevin Lovey starts to charge his way through the pack, he started 17th. He's now cracked into the top 5. So Kevin Lovey's formerly out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, now a resident of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, now takes over the 4 spot away from Jonathan Short as they race to turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Goldner is taking over the 2 spot away from Kevin Fry, but the question is, does Goldner have enough time and does he have enough car to try and catch Ryan Beagle? Beagle has been on the bottom of the racetrack since the start of the race, and he has stayed there all night long, restarts and all. This time by, there'll be 10 laps to go for the big dog out of Victoria, Ontario, Canada, and he has got Stephen Goldner out of Aylmer, Ontario, chasing him down in the Stephen Goldner Racing number 30. This is the exact same scenario we saw play out the last time we were here at USA with the Renegades division, where Shane Kelly and Larry Moody put on a show and had a photo finish at the end. But I gotta say, Beagle has been so good tonight. Goldner is bouncing it off the cushion, giving it everything he's got as Lovey's takes over the 3 spot. Braden Finsel gets loose off of turn number 2. He slides down to the bottom. And now here comes Lovey's going after Kevin Fry. Fry got a little loose, got into the bumps on the front straightaway. He'll slide back to 4. Lovey's now in 3, and now Lovey's going with the slider line, trying to close ground here on Stephen Goldner. Oh, look out. Contact there between Fry and Lovey's into turn number 3. It looked like slight contact. If there was any, it looked very close, as I think we got a couple of cars getting together off turn 4, but it looks like we'll stay green. Beagle, Goldner, Lovey's, Fry into turn number 3 here, as Fry trying to take a peek under Lovey's. Lovey's going to go with the slider line again, and now Lovey's will shut the door off turn number 4. Lovey's down to the inside in turn 1. He's going to make Fry. Oh, look out! Jack Clevenger in the middle of the front straightaway and gets hammered by Shane Kelly in car number 7. Jack Clevenger facing the wrong way on a one-way street just past the flag stand and got absolutely throttled by Shane Kelly. Clevenger disconnects, he's called it a night. Shane Kelly disconnects, he's called it a night. And Clevenger just clipped the concrete coming off turn 4. The car started to slide backwards as everybody taking evasive action, and Shane Kelly, bam. Oh, that was a hard shot. So Ryan Beagle has led wire to wire here so far. 36 laps are in the books. We've officially got 4 to go as they work down the backstretch. And it looks like this race is going to end under a green-white checkered, but it's not officially going to be a green-white checkered finish. It looks like if they get the 1-to-go signal this time, it would actually just work out naturally to finish this 40-lapper on a green and white checkered. So Ryan Beagle, does he have one more of those restarts left in him? Lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck. It will be a green-white checkered finish as we've got 38 in the books when they come around to get green next time by. So Ryan Beagle in the RK Automotive, number 84. Stephen Goldner in the Stephen Goldner Racing, number 30. What does Goldner have for Beagle here on the restart? We've got the onboard camera here on your race leader. Let's watch this restart. Watch out the back as Beagle hits the ground, hits the gas, and he's got 3, 4, make it 5 car lengths to turn number 1. Lovey's got the jump on Stephen Goldner, and Lovey's going to take over the 2-spot. Goldner turns it back underneath him. Battle's on for second as they're now 3 wide into turn number 3. Beagle drives away. The battle is on from second on back. White flag is out, presented by 39 Productions. And it is for Ryan Beagle down the back straightaway. The big dog trying to pick up a big win here tonight as they are battling from second on back. Braden Finsel's trying to fight to get into the top 5. But it's the driver at the RK Automotive, Glenn Stiers Racing. Number 84, Ryan Beagle wins at USA. Second across the line is Kevin Lovey, 17th to second. Stephen Goldner is third, Kevin Fry fourth, and Jonathan Short will round out the top 5 finishers. Kevin Lovey's is your hard charger tonight, plus 15 spots to go from 17th to second. But it's Ryan Beagle that's going to take home the big prize here tonight with a great run to pick up the victory here tonight. We'll line up your top 3 down here on the front straightaway, and we'll get a word with them here in just a moment. Stay tuned. You're watching live coverage here of the Renegades division of the GForce Racing League. And Brad, it looks like we've got them lined up and just about ready to go here. So I'm going to dive right in here. We're going to bring Stephen Goldner into the booth. Stephen Goldner, Steve Ovens up here in the GForce Racing League broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, man, great job here tonight to come home third. It looked like you had the car to beat there working the top side. Did the car kind of equal out there with those last 10 laps?
Yeah, it started to slick off a little bit more on the exits, and I couldn't get a good enough run as what I was getting on the early part of the race. But that's part of it, I guess. Missed it a little bit.
Absolutely. The other thing that we saw was, man, Ryan was just dynamite on those restarts tonight. I'm not sure anybody had anything for him just based on the restarts alone.
No, I definitely didn't have anything for Ryan. I don't think he wasn't really pulling on me too much, but he had a good enough cushion on that long green flag run we had where I don't think I would have caught him.
Then there at the end of the race, had quite a battle there for the 2 spot. And for the first time in the night, we seem to see you guys really fighting hard, top, middle, and bottom. You know, it was a pretty good race there at the end.
Yeah, with Lovey sliding, I didn't have much choice but to try to cross him over. And by crossing him over, I'm exiting in the slick pretty good. And it's not really where you want to be, but I had to try to keep my tires under me and got a good run off the corner. But we ended up holding on for third, so it's a good run still.
Well, it's a solid effort here tonight. Start 6th, come home 3rd, and I've got some. Next on your schedule would be the Friday night Excitement.
Yeah, I don't know if I might be running some 410s on Wednesday. I'm not sure if that deal's running or not, but I'll be back for Friday.
Awesome, man. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there, and a great podium finish tonight.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Stephen Goldner comes home 3rd here tonight. And now we're going to bring in our 2nd place finisher, Kevin Lovey's. Kevin, you and I have had this discussion before. Boy, qualifying at the beginning of the night, man, it just sets the tone for the whole night and has put you in position a couple times to really have to get your shovel out and do some work.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrible in time trials sometimes. I've just been telling everybody it's more fun to race the C and the B, get more time on the track.
Well, tonight was probably the case there because everybody transferred out of the B. We talked about it here on the broadcast. You guys got 12 laps on the track in the B, then a 5-minute warm-up. do you think that was an advantage, or was it just extra track time?
Well, I knew it would get pretty slick by the end, but there's tons of grip usually up by the fence, so you still kind of got to leave your car free. So it's kind of a, I don't know, it's give and take here. But, I was able to move forward, and I got lucky a few times, so it was all in all a good night.
Well, it was definitely fun watching you guys dice it up there on that final restart. Was the track that wide for most of the night, or did it just get a little wider at the end?
Right at the end, it started getting the way I like it, where you can, kind of slide through the middle and try to keep your speed up and, make it all about momentum. But, somebody kept jamming me up on the inside there. I'm not sure what his problem was, but all in all, it was a good night.
Well, it was a good night for sure. Solid podium effort here against a real competitive field. Tell us about the folks that make it happen for you.
Yeah, I just want to thank, first off, thank you guys for putting it on. Enrium Dynamics, Glenn Stires Racing, UDSRA, and everybody at home watching.
All right, great job here tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right, there's Kevin Love. He's coming home in position number 2. And, man, I don't have favorites. I don't have favorites in the field. But, man, when I get to talk to Ryan Beagle at the end of the night and do an interview, man, that's a good night for us here on the broadcast team. Ryan, congratulations, buddy. Ryan Beagle, Steve Ovens, you got a copy?
Uh-oh.
Hey, there he is.
Can you hear me now?
I got you now.
All right. Yeah, thanks. That was fun. This place is a lot like Williams Grove, and I like there and I like here. So I wish I can understand why GForce doesn't come here, but I do like it when they come here. So.
Yeah, man, it was a pretty interesting race, we'll say.
Yeah,
but
it was a whole night.
It certainly was, yeah. Now, actually, you won the Rebels race tonight too, right?
Yeah, we got had a good run there too.
Now, tell us, we covered it on the broadcast, man. Those restarts were just dynamite tonight. I don't want you to give away any secrets, but do you feel, in your opinion, that you're really doing anything special on those restarts?
Not really. I'm just trying to get the advantage of being the leader and just putting my car where the most grip will be for myself and keeping the guy second and third on back in the slick stuff. So when they fire, they still got to deal with the slick racetrack before they can get to the tacky stuff.
Does that part get trickier as the race goes on and the track dries out more?
It moves a little bit. The spot that I'll fire at just moves a little bit, but other than that, it stays the same for the most part.
Well, and your car was real smooth and consistent on the bottom. I thought Steven Goldner had something for you there until about lap 30, and then it looked like the top side burned off on him.
Yeah, I was getting nervous. He's been running really, really well for the last couple months, and we're actually in the same chat, kind of talking back and forth about it. So we haven't run 1-2 like that for a late race restart. So that was interesting.
How much crap gets slung in that room?
Oh, quite a bit. It's fun. It's
awesome.
You gotta have something like that. That's what makes doing stuff like this worth it and fun. So.
Awesome, man. Well, I know you've had a lot of opportunity to run some races. Tell us a little bit about the experience you had on Friday night.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. I got frustrated after the first one, but it's good to see a lot of the real drivers from Ohsweken Speedway taking advantage of the downtime and using the service here. So it was a fun night, and actually we ended up winning the street stock race at the end of the night. So. I felt if I didn't win that, I'd look kind of dumb, but no, it worked out good.
Well, hopefully you can carry that momentum into the big car season when it gets to us here.
Yeah, hopefully it gets a little tougher in the real world, but we'll see.
All right, man. Well, a solid effort here tonight. Tell us about the folks that helped make it happen for you, the 84 machine.
Yeah, I just got to thank RK Automotive. Stades Auto Sales, APC Auto Parts, and Thompson Landscape Supply.
All right, man. Great job here tonight. Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
All right, there's the big dog. Ryan Beagle takes home the big win here tonight from the USA International Speedway. He was the dominant car all night long. And not only that, folks, but he swept the Rebels and the Renegades here tonight. He won the B Series race at 8:15. He won the Rebels or the Renegade Series race here tonight, our A division here with the ladder system with the GForce Racing League. Well, that's going to do it for coverage here from the USA International Speedway. The next time that we will see you live here on GForce TV is Wednesday night. And folks, even if you're not a blacktop racing fan, you're going to want to tune into that one. Phoenix Raceway, 100 laps for the Rivals Blacktop Series Championship. Those races have been thrillers, absolute thrillers. You're not going to want to miss that. And then don't forget, Friday Night Excitement here on GForce TV, as well as the Ashweekend Speedway social channels. Be sure to check that out. On behalf of Roger Craig and Preston Cranmer from the GForce Racing League, and our executive producer from 39 Productions, Brad Ovens, in the 39 Productions studios. My name is Steve Ovens, the voice of the GForce Racing League Renegades, saying thank you for joining us, and we will see you Wednesday night at Phoenix Raceway for the Rivals Blacktop Series Championship. From Lakeland, Florida, congratulations to Ryan Beagle. Good night, everybody.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Ashweekend Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV racing leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV.